if you think of God, there's all kinds of tales of God manufactured by human beings throughout the centuries, over periods of thousands of years. How do you know which one's right? Which one's the truth? If an atheist believes that God does not exist, and he uses for the proof, and very cleverly, the fact that, I'll give you an example, in Canada, out in Alberta, this family went camping one summer, true story. They had two little girls, around 9 and 11 years old, or 7 and 11 years old, and the father and the mother and two grandparents, and they went out on their camper, camping out in the forest. A man showed up who was a complete psychopath, and he killed the father first, killed the mother, the grandparents, took the two little girls, and sexually tortured them for a week until he killed them. Another example, singer Tori Amos. Her father's a minister. Singer Tori Amos was in her apartment in Boston when she was confronted by a man who had broken into her apartment, I think through the window, and he had used his gun to rape her and sexually assault her with this gun. Now, why wouldn't an atheist say that God doesn't exist? Because would that not be the proof? Where was God when these people were being murdered and their two children taken and sexually assaulted over a period of a week? Where was God when Tori Amos was being raped, a minister's daughter? That is perfect proof that an atheist could use to prove that God doesn't exist. Would you not agree with this? Another thing, if God exists, where is he? Why doesn't he show himself? That's another thing that an atheist could use. And these are all valid points. I mean, they are correct in using these as valid points. They are valid points. But here's the point that they all miss. If you look at the Bible as your source of guide and reference, you will read that God doesn't want anything to do with this society as it stands now, except for slight intervention now and then with particular people that he chooses. In other words, mankind, you guys, you're all on your own. You make all your own decisions, you all make all your own laws, you handle all your own problems. I'm not dealing with any of it. This is what he says in the Bible. Is that not proof? When you use those examples that I've given you, is that not proof that God is not doing a thing for human beings other than slight intervention with certain people? And it says that in the Bible. In fact, it says in the Bible, if you read it, that the words of the Bible are only meant for certain people. They are not meant for everybody, and that you could sit there and read it and read it and read it and never understand what you're reading. Never see the obvious that's right in front of your face. And you could test out your own ministry. If you're in a Christian church, you can test out your own ministry by doing this. Here's the question. What is the name of the devil? What's the name of Satan? If you said Lucifer, you are incorrect. It is not. How many times does Lucifer appear in the Bible? Once. And it's referring to a king of Babylon. The king of Babylon's name was Lucifer. And in this passage that God designed for us to read, God is describing the arrogance of the king of Babylon, Lucifer, as being the same as the arrogance of the devil or Satan. They're exactly alike. That is proof that the church doesn't get it right, because God has blinded their eyes to the truth and reality. Another question, were Adam and Eve the only people on the planet? Were they the creation in the Garden of Eden? Obviously they were created in a garden in Eden. But were they the only creation? Well, what does the Bible say? If you're told that they were the only creation, once more you're being taken for a ride. It does not say that in the Bible. And in fact, the Bible tells you that there are other people there who exist at that time. These were the people who were created by the slow process of evolution, of the people, the descendants from Cro-Magnon.